I am inspecting for squash bugs and squash bug eggs this morning, guys, and this is how we do our control. I just found 2 or 3 of them and I squashed them. That's why you call them squash bugs, not because they're on your squash, but because you squash them. Get some of these leaves off. You saw in my early morning video, you heard the bees pollinating in here. That's what you want, guys. You want your bees. That's why we don't use insecticides. We need our bees to pollinate our flowers. And I'm going to show you the difference between a male and a female. This is a male flower. See the skinny stem? I got lots of male flowers. That tells me that a lot of the female flowers are going to be coming up shortly. And we want the bees on these male flowers so that they pollinate the female flowers. Get these old leaves down here that are showing some brown. Get them off your plant. And why, again, do you want to get them off your plant? Because you don't want disease, and you don't want the mold, and you don't want any moisture to start affecting your other leaves. I pruned them 2 weeks ago. You can go back and look at that video, and here we go. And you can see how they've bushed out since I've pruned them. But looky here. This, my friends, are your squash bug eggs. When you see those on your leaf, you want to cut them off, and then you want to squash them. See, there's more right there. There's a little spider mite. You get rid of him and get rid of these eggs. See if I can find another one. I don't think I got a good shot on that. I mean, I don't want to find another one, but I know they're in there. Let's get some airflow on our plants. It's a hot, humid day already this morning. This morning was beautiful, and it was cool and foggy. You saw from the video, the wildlife, the birds are just beautiful out here. This is awesome. Look how beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. these new leaves. Can you see these new leaves? Looking fantastic. That's why you do some pruning. You get your new growth up in there. Again, you want your airflow. Get rid of these. They just expand your plant. Everything's looking fantastic. Oh, look at that. See those, my friends? Those will eat your plants to death very quickly. So try to find them and cut them off and squash them. A lot of people cut the leaves off and throw them in a bucket of water and let them sit, and that'll kill them too. But I'm working away this morning, and it's quicker for me to get in there and just cut them off. Found me a squash bug, guys. Can you see that? So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna squash it. Kill it and get rid of it, because they will reproduce like crazy. Okay, what you're looking at right now is some new growth. Look how tender and green these new leaves are, and those wouldn't be able to come up if I didn't prune back my squash plants, which I have been doing all morning, and killing squash bugs. Okay, so what we do also on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings, whenever I have time, is I come out here and check my tomato plants and see where I need to prune. So looky here, this is a sucker, and we want to get that off of there because that will start to take growth away from our tomatoes. And we have a couple of them down here. We also want to keep foliage off the ground, so when it rains or when we're watering them, we don't want them to splash up onto the leaves, because this is what happens. You'll get some of this brown mold. So we want to get this off too. And as I'm looking at that, I'm seeing that there's a little sucker in there too. So I'm gonna go in there and just pinch that off, and then I'm gonna cut this off and get it off my plant. I don't want that on my plant. Now I do just throw those in the garden because they are full of nitrogen, and they do help do some, I guess, organic feeding. So here's another one that has a sucker on it. You want to clip that off. Get rid of these little leggings because there's a little sucker trying to come up there. Get some of these lanky. We want it to grow up. We want it to produce fruit, which it's doing. We've got some buds all up here. So let's move to the next one and take a look at it. Okay, so here's the next one, and looky here. I've got these coming on the bottom. I want to get those off. I've got this one trying to shoot out. Don't want no shoots. Get that off. Get these little legs off. Wherever there's a little leg, a shoot's going to try to come out. So try to keep this pruned back. And I would cut this off, but it's producing some flowers, and so I don't want to. I want to keep that one going. But overall, I'm real happy with my tomato bushes. Oh, here's something down here we need to get. Get all these off. Little shoot there, little shoot there. Yeah, see, I've got some flowers right there that I don't want to interrupt. I'm gonna go ahead and clip this one off. Clip this one off. Give it some air. Clip this one off. So we're keeping the airflow going, and we're keeping the plant off the ground so it doesn't get blight or the mildew, the black spot mildew. Okay, here's one of my cucumber plants. And there is a watermelon plant mixed in there. I'm gonna let it go ahead and go. Some of the diseases you need to look for in your cucumber plants is also the powdery mildew. If your squash plants get it, your cucumber plants will get it as well. So you want to give it plenty of air. And one of the ways that we do it, guys, again, is we trellis. So I very gently take my vines and just start laying them across, because these do break real easy, believe it or not. And I want them off the ground for a couple of reasons. I can see my fruit easier. I can see if there's any disease or insects, and it helps them to grow better. And I can see weeds. These are morning glories that somebody planted a long time ago, and they come up every year in my garden, nowhere else but the garden. So what I want to do also is I want to get off some of these leaves, because you can see that's got a little bit of mildew on it. Get it away from my plants. Here's my watermelon. You can tell the leaves are very distinct. And you can see where I started trellising up and training them up this morning. And let me show you what happens. Last week I showed you about the tentacles. So let's go look. See what's happening here? Those little tentacles are reaching out and wrapping themselves around my trellis so that it's learning to support themselves. Okay guys, I got all my chores done. I've got the pruning done. I've got the squash bug killing done. I've got the trellising done, and now it's time to go and reap what I've sown, and that's going to be green beans this morning, and I have a feeling we're going to get quite a bit of them. I see them out there. A couple of things to know about the bush bean. As I grow bush beans instead of pole beans, because again, they grow low to the ground and they seem to stay cooler when the summer heat starts coming in, which is today. It's supposed to get in the 90s, and it's really hot out here and humid from the rain that we've had, and we're supposed to get some more rain tomorrow. But what you want to know about bush beans is they were really actually invented to where you could just pull up the bush out of the ground and pick your beans, and then you're done. But we don't do that because I can harvest from these plants probably 4 or 5 times this season. So I just come out here and pick a couple of days a week and get what I want, and they keep producing. So you want to be real gentle if this is the method you're going to use, instead of pulling up the whole bush, and just go in there and gently tug on your beans. There's some little ones in there that I'm going to leave alone and let them keep going, and I'm going to take the big fat ones that I like. Looky here. They're real hard to see, so that's why you have to get in here and pull your plant back or your leaves back so you can see what's in there, because there's a whole heaping load of them in here. Last week I pulled some, and it fed us 4 meals. We ate them 2 nights, and then I sent the rest to my mom, and they enjoyed 2 meals out of them. These are absolutely wonderful. These are from the Everwild Farm Seed Company. I also use Baker Heirloom. We do not use GMO seeds. And so I'm pleased, very pleased with how these have come up this year. This can be some back-breaking work, guys, so get out here early in the morning to do this. Okay guys, this is my harvest from my green beans. I didn't pick them all, but I picked what I could this morning. I got to get ready to go run some errands and go to a wedding of a friend of mine. But anyway, you can see I got almost 3 gallons. Maybe I did get 3 gallons. Maybe that's a 3.5 gallon bucket. Anyway, 3 gallons, guys, and I'll still probably get another 2 or 3 buckets of these before all is said and done. Okay guys, so my work is done for today. Probably not for tomorrow. Tomorrow, depending on what time the rain comes in, I'm gonna have to get in here and do some tilling and some more weed pulling. I'm hot, guys, but it's well worth it. That's why it's real important for you to try to get out in the early part of the day. So anyway, I'll be canning tomorrow. There's a video out there on how to can your green beans. It's raw pack. Go check it out. If you guys planted around the same time I did, you're probably starting to harvest down here in Texas. So you're going to want to get out, start doing some canning, start doing some picking and canning. But I'm giving you a good start on your pre-harvest, getting ready. Do your pruning, do your weed pulling, and start picking. Take care. God bless. If you like what you see, we ask that you subscribe to our channel and that you click the like button. And we have lots more videos coming up. Have a great weekend.